Right after I graduated high school, I became a basketball coach at the rec center, and so I was coaching anywhere. I've told you guys before, I was coaching anywhere from kindergarten all the way up to high school age, right? And that's you can lead in one way doing that. And then I was blessed to kind of move up and coach at one of the better middle schools in town. And see, before it was kids that their parents wanted them to stay active. They're introducing them to new sports, so it's a different way of coaching and leading. And then you go to kids that they're at their school, they do want to play ball. They're here just to play ball. They want to get better, maybe make their high school team. It's a different kind of leadership in that. And then I was blessed to move up to the high school level, I was a head coach of a JV team. Different kind of coaching, different kind of leading. Then I was able to move up and become an assistant on varsity. I wasn't able to be as vocal as I was before and be as hands-on as I was before, but again, a different type of leadership. In my professional career, I was a before and after school programs staff member, and then I was blessed to become the assistant site supervisor. Again, and this was something that I had always wanted, and I did that, and even in that, it was somewhat of an easy transition for me because now that I have more responsibility and I am in more of a leadership role, I'm not the one who everyone's looking to unless the supervisor isn't there. But that's maybe once a month. So everybody's still looking to the supervisor, and I'm there to just kind of be the supervisor's backup. So I'm still a leader, but not all the way in that full leadership capacity, you know what I mean? And then I was blessed to become the lead teacher in a preschool and then the site supervisor of these before and after school programs. And I was dying to be a site supervisor. Like, I had been applying, building up my resume, taking all the classes that I needed to take, and I finally became a site supervisor. All right, so now not only am I the leader of all these kids, 100 and something kids in the program, now I'm the leader of 5 or 6 staff members who I was gonna say work under me, but I don't really like that term, who I'm the leader of. And like I said, it was something I was dying to do. I couldn't wait to do it. And then when I got it, it was a challenge for me because I had been used to leading in a different way, or maybe leading in a sport, or maybe just leading kids. And so when you move into leading adults, managing different personalities, I don't want to just say just adults. When you're a leader in general, you got different personalities that you have to manage. You have, everybody has different quirks. You can maybe have a difficult conversation with someone in one way, and then you have to change your wording and change your approach when you're having it with another person. And again, it just made me think of Phil Jackson in The Last Dance and how he had Michael Jordan, who's the ultimate alpha male, and then he's got Scottie Pippen, who is one of the better players on the team, but he's not a dominant voice like that. And then you got a guy like Dennis Rodman, who is completely different from anyone that any of us have ever met before. And then you got Steve Kerr, who's this quiet shooter that just kind of keeps to himself. There's all these different personalities and all these different people that you have to bring together for a common goal and get everybody and keep everybody on the same page. And it's a difficult thing to do, man. It's a difficult thing to do, and that's why I salute players like A.J. Bergen, who's been a leader of his team for a number of years now, and his team follows his direction, not only the way he plays, but his verbal direction on the court. His team listens to that because they trust him and they know that he's a good leader. You know what I mean? I look at guys like last year, like Yassine Grom, who was at Foothills, who's now at Yale. Tremendous leader, not only with the way he plays, but he's putting everybody in position. He's able, when things are going kind of crazy, he's the guy bringing everybody together like, hey, yo, let's talk real quick. This is what we need to be doing. And it was just something that I had been thinking about all week, so I definitely wanted to come in here and, talk about it on the show because I think it's an important message to try to help and get out there. A couple more topics before I bring in my guest. Collegiate athletes can now make money. Collegiate athletes can now make money off of their likeness. And I thought it was amazing. It's something that they've been talking about for a while now. And I'd seen and read a report, or I kind of skimmed through a report about this earlier in the year, but I didn't see really anything concrete or anything that was like specific, like, no, this is what these guys get to do now. But I'm not going to read everything here, but I'm going to read a couple of things. So it says student athletes or teams can participate in their sport for a movie, show, commercial, etc., and be compensated even if they wear their school's uniform, which is huge. So pretty much say like back in the day when they did He Got Game. If Ray Allen was still in college and somehow they wanted to, like, after he got out of high school, he went and played for the actual school that he went to, he could actually wear his actual uniform in the movie, make money, and not get any trouble for it, for example. Student athletes can be a member of a music group and reference their school in a poster to promote their group. So if you go to Duke and you in a big rap group and y'all got a show coming up, you can promote it as, hey, yo, I'm Yassine Gram from Yale. My rap group performing tonight. You can perform up there with your jersey on and make money and not get in any trouble. I'm gonna just go through little examples of these real quick. Student athletes can offer sports lessons to youth for an hourly fee and advertise on social media. That's self-explanatory. Student athletes can receive compensation for appearing in local commercials, even if they reference their school and status and all that. That's self-explanatory. Student athletes can publish a memoir about their life story and reference their position as a student athlete in their specific institution. That's huge, man. That's huge. The conversation I was having was, I think about all these players, big name players, whether it's my cousin Stephen McClure, who I plan to have on the show pretty soon, or even a guy like from right here in town named Mikey Williams. Think about like local guys who the whole city and possibly even the whole state, and for a guy like Mikey, the whole country. But I'm thinking about even just the small guys, even if you're not a national name. If you're a local guy and everybody knows who you are, that's why I brought up my guy, Stephen McClure, even though he became an All-American. Say you play for you're born and raised in San Diego High School. In San Diego. You play for Lincoln or Morris or even San Diego High School, for example. You can start building your brand now and get to the money as soon as you get to college. So you're a big name player. You printing up shirts that got your little logo, your little name on them. You can't sell them yet because you're still in high school. But as soon as you get to college, now you can start making money off of that stuff and off of your likeness. I think that's dope, man. And I think it's going to, and I'm going to just, toot my own horn really quick. I think platforms like mine are going to, like this show in particular, are going to help athletes prepare for that. Because I have a platform here in town where you can come here. You can't talk about selling anything, but you can come up here and wear your merch. You can come up here and wear what you plan to sell in the future and start building your profile now and come in here and even talk about how the design came about, why you're into that type of a thing. And then, like I said, as soon as you get to college, you can start monetizing. I think that's dope, man. I think that's amazing. It's something that it's a long time coming, and it should have happened. It should have happened a long time ago, man. Last thing before we take a quick break and I bring in my guest. I wanted to talk about how do I introduce this? I wanted to talk about being used. That's how I'll say it. Being used versus being misused. Okay. Everyone gets used. This is how I feel about it. Everyone gets used. If you can't be used, you're useless. So if no one's using you, you're useless. If you can't be used, you're useless. So please use me. Just don't misuse me, if that makes sense. So I had a friend reach out to me and tell me that somebody was doing business, I'll say it like that, was doing business with me, but they didn't really rock with me all the way. And if they did, they would be doing more to kind of highlight the business that we did together. I think that's a good way to say that. And he was showing me ways that this person has highlighted business that they've done with other people. And I was saying to him, I was like, bro, I peeped that. I noticed that as well. But I don't take offense to it. I don't really like that this person wasn't all the way forthcoming with their intentions for doing business with me, but they didn't misuse me. So I'm not taking offense to it. I would prefer that people be all the way up front and all the way straightforward and honest. But as long as you don't misuse me or my business or any of my platforms, I'm not going to be upset. So yes, I was used, but he didn't misuse me. He just didn't fully use me in the way that I would have liked, if that makes sense. And so being that it was, a conversation that I've been having this week with a very close friend of mine, I thought it was important to bring to the show. Again, it's the show is growing, the audience is growing, more and more people are listening to it. And so I think it's important for me to not only talk about sports and highlight, athletics and the athletes here in town, but also bring my opinions and the things that I'm learning and the conversations that I'm having in my everyday life to this show in very small, in very small doses. I know y'all want the sports and all of that. So I will be bringing, stuff like that in very small doses. So it's okay for someone to use you as long as you don't let them misuse you. I hope you understand that. I hope that sticks with you. I'm going to go ahead and take a break right here. And we'll be back in just a few minutes with a very, very special guest. Y'all hang on, man. On the Michael Flix will be right back. Welcome back. On the Michael Flix is back. And as promised, with a very special guest. Been setting it up for a long time, but I finally have her here, Miss Vanessa Lemmon. Thank you for joining me here. I appreciate you.
Hey, yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
How you doing?
Really good. Great. Yeah.
Nice. What you been up to?
Oh man, what haven't I been up to?
Right.
Just trying to keep busy with all this amazing free time that COVID has allowed me.
Right.
Everything basketball. Just working on the game plan, trying to make sure that when we can resume life, that everything rolls without a hitch.
Right. And like I said, you're very busy. You're working for owner of one team and then working on staff with another team. So you got a lot going on.
Yeah,
a lot going on. Let's get into San Diego Guardians a little bit. Actually, you're a hooper yourself, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Where did your basketball career start? Let's start there.
So I started, in Tucson, Arizona. One of those great high school athletes, but really early didn't understand what getting to college really looked like. The importance of grades, the importance of scoring well on entrance exams, deadlines that the NCAA has. So also going through that, and I tore my ACL senior year. So really, I did the junior college route, the rebuild thing, but kind of fell out of love with it. Moved to New Jersey, had a great experience out there, was out there for about 8 years. And when I got out there, I bounced around New Jersey City University, Montclair State, and got into coaching at a high school and decided that that's more where I needed to be.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And so being from so I heard about you as being affiliated. Actually, I think I heard about you. The team you owned first, the Tropics.
The Tropics. Yes.
So how did you, being in New Jersey, what brought you to San Diego?
So after I left Jersey, I wanted to be back with family for a little bit. Spent a lot of time away, so I went back to Arizona. Got reconnected really well with my mom and my sister, and then decided that San Diego was somewhere I wanted to try. And the market for women's basketball, wow, can we say untapped in almost every city. And I saw potential here. And I think it's even bigger than seeing like a market of potential. It's about seeing the women that you want to empower, so yeah.
And that's what I was going to ask. So when you were coaching, were you coaching women's teams?
Yep.
Okay.
I started coaching girls, started volunteering with high school girls at Union City High School in Union City, New Jersey. And I was there for 3 seasons, volunteer, but was at every practice I could be at, every game, And, just maneuvered through, worked at a few different high schools there. Then while I was in Phoenix, again, all girls teams. Barry Goldwater High School, was the head coach there. That was an awesome experience. Love those girls to death. Like that was, my first real core group. So memories of them is pretty special. Then I was also given an amazing opportunity to coach at, my alma mater where I graduated high school, up under my head coach who's still there.
Nice.
Steve Botkin, man. Can you say just leader, amazing at what he does and how, they, and I can't say enough, to be honest with you. Sorry, I get so wrapped up just for that opportunity to, give back to the program that molded me, so that was awesome. And then I came here.
Nice.
That's
and so you said you noticed the women's market untapped out here. What did you mean by that?
I think that, no, not I think, I know. There are hoopers here. I mean, women here, women everywhere can go. We just don't have the platforms, right? We don't have the resources to the same opportunities, whether it be getting to different camps, getting to different clinics, being able to network in groups with different people that are also working just as hard to get to where you're going to go or where you're trying to go. I signed up actually just to kind of network to the Balboa League, the Muni League that they did for women.
Yes.
We got 1 game in and then shut us down for COVID. But just to see, even in that one night, there was probably 75 women in the gym.
Nice.
And I mean, who knows where they could have been or would have been or will be.
Right. Right.
if tapping into us or having access to this before. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's about just building the platform,
Mm-hmm.
giving women a place where we're about business. We want you to develop. We believe in your skills, and we have the resources to get you where you want to go.
Nice. So that leads us right into your team, the San Diego Tropics. Let's talk about like the origin of that and how you kind of got that started. So we hear where the idea and where the motivation came from. Let's talk about how it got started.
Man, how it got started. Notebooks, talking, networking, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to have the plan, but sometimes the plan doesn't work. Again, I lucked into meeting some great people. I tend to align myself pretty well. I got contacted by the WBDA, which is a league that houses women's teams. So they reached out, and I sat on it for a little bit. I wasn't sure how I was going to navigate. I'm not moneybags.
Mm-hmm.
How do I fund all this?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to put all that aside and put up what you do have and believe in yourself and make others believe in what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where it started. But understanding the business aspect and not being afraid to ask questions, I think that's always the hardest,
Mm-hmm.
is trying to tap into a business that you're unaware of. But everybody around you is kind of moving in those circles.
I hear you.
And you want the right information. You don't want to give too much information, but
Mm-hmm.
it's really about just developing that trust. And I think that is the entire process.
Mm-hmm.
It's trusting not only the process, but the people that you have around you, and trusting yourself, even trusting yourself to understand, like, you can understand this form.
Mm-hmm.
You got this.
Right.
Just read through it.
Mm-hmm.
Read it again.
Mm-hmm.
Double, triple check, sign it, send it to them. It's
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
You got this.
Right. I hear you.
So just
It could be a little. I know what you mean. It could be a little nerve wracking with that though.
Heck yeah.
And you said, what was the name of the league again? The W.
So we have aligned at the moment with the WBDA. It seems to be a pretty promising league, but again, we have a lot of other affiliations out there. We just connected with Ladies First Sports Agency, based out of Chicago, but that owner, Miss Shawana Jordan, she is an agent. She's got 3 successful women's semi-pro women's teams of her own, based kind of in the Chicago area.
Mm-hmm.
Also has some men's teams. So again, aligning networks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aiding in our exposure.
Right.
So,
right.
yeah.
And are you going to be able to play in kind of both of those leagues, or are you going to have to pick one?
So
how does that work?
Ideally, we wouldn't want to pick, right?
Right.
Because it's about the exposure.
Exactly.
So I think that's kind of where league development is going a little awry at the moment.
Got you.
Right? To be a league,
Mm-hmm.
I believe that a league should bring to the table things that you automatically have access to.
Right.
As a team.
Right.
Right? There
Right.
are a lot of things then that I shouldn't have to deal with as an owner.
Mm-hmm.
So if those things aren't coming through, I want to have the ability to sign my team up to play in a tournament, a money tournament.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to be able to, hey, if we can all meet and drive to Utah and play a game, shoot, that's fine. We can schedule on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Again, having the freedom.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. I hear you.
The freedom of our platform to choose.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're breaking in all areas right now.
And so how's the organization looking right now? You have a coaching staff? Do you have a team already?
So obviously with COVID, we gone through the growing pains.
Right.
We've solidified a GM.
Nice.
Awesome networker. He is a dual GM. Jeff Harper Harris.
Oh, okay. I was like, I think, okay,
I did
okay.
it to you, Jeff. I had to do it. Cat's out the bag. He is our GM.
No, okay. That's a good GM to have.
I think he agreed to the Tropics first, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But anyways, So yes, we have those 2 tiers, which I think is a great start. And then obviously we've been in conversations with numerous coaches around the Valley. But again, everybody is trying to navigate this COVID situation and nobody knows what it'll look like afterwards as far as coaching staff. So we're holding tight, but we know that's going to come, if and when it's crunch time. It's going to come through perfectly. And then we do have an awesome lineup of prospects, though. Some real quality women, man. And I just want to shout these ladies out for their patience and their commitment and, just their understanding and dedication through this whole process. We have San Diego native Sarah Porter, Nia De La Pena, Anissa Wolfblack, this is why we do it.
I was about to say, 2 of those 3 names, I could tell. I see the excitement. 2 of those 3 names I've definitely seen play before. I could play.
So
I could play for sure.
Hey, we're coming, but I just know, right?
I got a few girls I'm gonna be sending your way too. They want to. I've sent like the Instagram and the website, and they were just like, well, it seems like they're not really doing too much right now. I'm like, I'm sure they're gonna get it going. The whole scene here in San Diego, the basketball scene here in San Diego, is growing every day.
Yeah.
And so when I seen your organization, I was like, oh, nice. There's a women's side to it because I've been trying to help. I work with the Kings. I plan to start working with the Guardians. I just started working with the Chula Vista Suns.
Oh, awesome.
I want to work with the San Diego Surf. I want to work with your team. I just like the scene here is growing. You know what I mean? I just want to be a part of it. So that's dope to see that you have a women's team that's going to be making some noise here in San Diego. That's really exciting.
Oh, yeah.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Now, I guess with all the excitement about the women's team, we probably should have saved you guys for last, but you're on staff with the Guardians as well, the San Diego Guardians.
I am,
You
yes.
just moved to the TBL.
Yes, excuse me.
What is your position with the Guardians?
I'm an assistant coach with
Nice.
the Guardians.
Nice.
Yeah, up under head coach Brandon Cheeks. He's been with the organization. I think this will be his 3rd or 4th season.
I think so.
So I'm looking forward to getting in, and actually I'm already in. I mean, I'd say looking forward to getting in, but I guess what we're all looking forward to doing is really getting started, right? Combines are fun. Lining up training camp guys, that's awesome. But we're ready. We're really ready to get to work.
And how did you get? Did you already know Ken and the whole staff there? Like, how did you get affiliated with the Guardians?
No, again, comes down to networking, right, and just being in the right place at the right time.
Absolutely.
If I can give anybody any advice, right? First impressions, those things are kind of important. I know that in this new time, people like to stray away from that and play like other people's opinions don't matter. But just remember, first opinions are everything. First impressions are everything.
Absolutely.
You want to set yourself up for where you want to go, not where you are. And that's how it all aligns.
Is there anything that makes you leery or nervous or even excited about the opportunity to coach men? Or have you not really given it much thought?
No, it's not that I haven't given it much thought. That'd be crazy, man. Of course, I've thought about it a ton. So my only experience on the men's side is, like club, honestly. Just club young men. So I think even in that atmosphere, it's a little different environment, right? What you're allowed to do, what you're not, what's accepted socially, things like that. So the thing, what I go into this with is the game is played the same, whether you're a male or a female, right? The idea of boxing out is the same. The idea of a fast break is the same.
Right.
So as long as I show my knowledge,
exactly.
There should be no reservation about anything. To be honest, going into this though, I did have to put the feelers out, talk to a lot of strong female coaches that I have in my corner, and all the feedback was the same. Go in there, show them what you know. You're there for a reason, and you can't be scared to take the reins and do your thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I was when I was kind of like preparing like some of the things I wanted to talk to you and ask you about. I was they talk about Jenny Buss, who's been the first female owner to win a championship, and I think it's Becky Ham that coaches for the Spurs. She was the first women's coach, and so I was thinking about all those things, and I was like things that I would ask them if I had the opportunity. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna ask Vanessa when she gets here, because those are a lot of experiences that she's going through or will go through. You know what I mean? So it's pretty fun. I'm telling you, man, I can't wait for you guys to get going and for things to happen, because I think it's gonna, with the whole basketball scene growing here, I think having a professional women's team is just going to add to the excitement. It's going to give, the high school girls here in town a professional team to go and watch, professional athletes to pick their brain. Because Sarah's, been a college athlete. I'm assuming the majority of her players will have played in college, and so they'll have, I was going to say mentors, but even if they don't become mentors, they could come to a game and just ask questions, you know what I mean? Something that they otherwise wouldn't have had if not, for your team being in town. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be really fun. With everything, I'm assuming that you guys don't have a home gym or anything like that yet.
So we don't have a home gym. We were in talks with YMCA's, a couple high schools, Terrasana Rec.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like as soon as right, as soon as this little cloud is lifted, the floodgates are going to open, right?
Exactly.
And that's kind of what I'm preparing for. Full transparency, like even this, like lining this up and everything else that's dropping down, right, into my puzzle. Hey, when it hits, and you have to be ready for it, right? And even if you're not ready for it, you show up ready to be ready for it.
Exactly.
Like, that's all you can do.
Sure.
So,
for sure.
Heck yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. I'm so happy you came. I couldn't wait to talk to you. Like I said, I think I reached out, and I've been telling the audience for pretty much since the show started, because I think I saw your website and your Instagram maybe by like my third. This is the 11th or 12th episode, and I think by like the third episode I saw your page, and that's when I reached out. So it's been in the works, and I was in Mexico when you reached back out to me. But like I said, I'm glad it's finally happening. I think that was all the questions I have for you, all the ones that I can remember anyway. I see you brought some stuff with you. Is there anything that you want to promote and talk about?
So it's really nothing promotion. I just brought a couple little bracelets for you.
Thank you.
Little San Diego Tropics wrist bracelets.
Thank you.
And just a little T-shirt. We are dropping a Firmly Rooted initiative.
What's the thinking behind that? Firmly Rooted.
So Firmly Rooted is just that. You're firmly rooted in your beliefs, your community, your dedication, your family, and giving back, and obviously being the women's initiative, right? We really want to take to the streets and meet our coaches, right? And shed some light on all these amazing female coaches we have. No matter what they coach, right? Going out to these high schools, meeting this brand new freshman high school girls soccer coach, first time ever here or whatever. We need that. And just to be a source of, hey, together we are stronger. We are all in this together. And as long as we are firmly rooted, we're good.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
You know what? And I would like to do another one. This right here, my Breonna Taylor shirt, created by an amazing young lady here, if I may pull up her.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
please do.
I met this amazing woman, Brittany, through Run for Breonna, which is a phenomenal movement. They are so much of my sense of power and strength every day, something totally separate. But I would love for y'all to check out Run for Breonna and even this young lady, Brittany, just to get in contact and see what they're doing around. I mean, they do everything. And again, that Instagram handle for my friend Brittany is _thatambitiousgirl. San Diego native, super passionate, always working for the people, doing her thing, super vocal, like a sis. So
nice.
this is her.
Nice.
I wore that for her today.
Nice. I'm gonna put a thing of her Instagram and all her stuff on the screen when it comes out. So yeah. Thank you. That's dope. I appreciate you coming by.
Yeah.
I was so happy. Like I've said it a million times, but I couldn't wait, and I'm so happy that you actually came by. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No worries. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, it's been another episode of On the Mic with Michael Flix every Saturday morning on WS Radio at 11 a.m. and every Sunday on the Flix Media Network YouTube channel. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Take care.